Beautiful soul, welcome into the channel. Thank you for being here. So thank you for liking this video, for sharing the messages with those you love, and for subscribing to the channel. So I'm here to talk with you about how to preserve soil. So I'm sure you see all across the internet that we are experiencing soil degradation. That means if there are no minerals in the soil, there are going to be little to no nutrients in our food. Therefore, we're going to be eating nothing. So the soil is being deprived of its nutrients because it's being exploited and stripped of its minerals. All right, so sometimes I wonder about us if we really want to just wipe ourselves out on earth. So if you're a person that cares about life, here's a video for you. And these I'm going to just share with you a simple practice that you can do to help to bring back life to soil and therefore to earth itself. And the first thing you can do is the peeling of your food is to find a place in your garden or in your backyard or whatever, and to just put the peeling of your food in the soil. Instead of throwing the peeling away from your banana, your yams, your cocoa, your dasheen, your apple skin, when you blend your juice and you have the rubbish, the rough edge left back, all of that comes from the food, throw it into the soil. Don't put it in plastic bags and put it in the garbage bin. That's not going to help the planet. You know what I mean? If you literally just put the peelings of your food, your onion skin, your tomato seeds, everything that you prepare in your kitchen. For me, whenever I cook, I find I have a lot of peelings left because I eat vegetables only. So I do have a lot of cabbage skin, banana peelings, onion skin. And I like to take that and just put it outside in the dirt and let it rot. It's going to go back in the earth. So this is natural fertilization as well. So if you're planting, if you're a farmer and you want to naturally fertilize your crops, use the peelings from your food. As it breaks down, it creates a gas called nitrogen. All right? Nitrogen is like a natural fertilizer. It helps things to grow fast, big. All right, so that's a little bit I know about nitrogen and how the breaking down, the rotting of food actually helps things to grow. It's important that we understand the life that we're living in. That's how we're going to be able to take better care of this earth. So it's good that you know that the peelings of your food, when they're rotting down, they create some gas called nitrogen and other things as well. But that's what I know, like I said. And this is going to help the soil to become more fertile, so it bears more. Okay, and like I said, when you put it in your garden, like you're planting your little tomatoes in your backyard, put your peelings around it. What is the sense of throwing the peelings in garbage bags? You know, throw it back in the soil. It's all a part of the cycle of life. You know, so we give back to earth. We have to be consciously living. Right now in this earth, it's time for us to live as conscious thinking beings. And that is why we need to study nutrition. We have to be mindful, man, that the food needs nutrients from the soil. That is where it gets it from. All right, so every day when you cook your food, right, you peel up your banana, your scallion, your tomato, you peel your ripe banana, you eat your apple and you have the little parts them left back, throw it outside in the dirt. I know for some people that live in the city, you don't find yourself around dirt. So guess what now? It is your duty as a life-loving person to find a way to have soil around you so that you can plant trees around you, because concrete won't help you for real. You know, this concrete jungle lifestyle is not promoting life. So plant trees. You eat an orange, put the seed in the earth. You eat melon, even if you don't want to intentionally plant the seeds. But you eat melon and you have a space in your backyard, just throw the seeds in the soil. You eat a banana, throw it somewhere in a corner in your backyard. It's so beneficial. Don't just throw it in the waste bin. The earth needs each one of us to participate in its healing, its well-being, its restoration of life. All right? And so also what you can do to help earth, the soil, is to walk barefooted, to ground yourself, to connect back with life. because the earth has ions in it, and we have ions as well. So when we connect, it's like we're literally charging the earth. The earth is charging us, and we're charging the earth itself. So we can create balance. Because if the soil is deprived, like we get effed. If the soil has no nutrients, like remember, food is the source of life, you know. If the soil has no nutrients, the trees won't grow properly. And we already see how much they're cutting down the trees. And if the trees don't grow, then you know what's going to be affected next? Water. And if water is affected, you know, life is done. And we don't want to get the earth to a place where we're going to be fighting for water, struggling for water. This community has no water. This parish has no water. This country has no water. And it could become a crisis. It could become a water crisis if we continue like this. And so we have to be mindful each day. And I'm telling you, you may think you don't have the time to do these things, but do these things. You matter. Every little thing that you do today matters. Walk barefooted, connect to the divine. So that is it. When you eat your fruits, plant the seeds. If you're not going to really, like literally physically dig a hole and plant the seeds, throw them outside in the dirt. Let life realize you're giving back to it. When you peel your food, you cook your dinner, you have all these peelings left. Your yam skin, I'm telling you, these are so good for the earth, the soil, to put back in it the food that has been taken out of it. So when you peel your food, you go outside, you find a little corner. You can throw it anywhere in your yard. You can throw it around your mango tree, your breadfruit tree root. Throw the peelings around the root of your trees. You can dig a hole and throw the peelings in the hole, in the dirt. You know, you can throw the peelings somewhere and just cover them with leaves so they just stay there and rot. Walk barefooted, stay grounded. Connect with earth, look up at the sun while you're standing barefoot. Right? Because remember, if the soil is deprived of proper nutrients, the food won't have any nutrients, and you'll be eating from now till the morning and you're not going to be feeling full. Your body is going to become malnutrient because the earth is becoming malnutrient. And the earth is malnutrient because we're not doing the right things. We're living in cities. You know what I mean? So it's really not healthy for the planet. So now we have to take things back into our own hands. You know how many seeds come in an orange? Just throw them outside. You eat your apple, put the seed in a pot, let it grow. You eat a banana, you know what you can do with that banana skin? You can use it as a face mask. You can blend it up and make some other thing with it. So we're going to start recycling. Okay? Also, to help the soil, we start to get rid of the plastic. Alright, plastic isn't natural. It's an invader. It is an imposter. Okay? So when plastic is in the earth, it doesn't rot. It stays there and it gives off its own chemicals that negatively affects the soil. So we have to be mindful of the plastic containers that we're using. So if you have to burn your plastic, I feel like gather them up together and burn them. But really limit the amount of plastic that you use. But don't just throw the plastic on the wayside in the earth. On the earth, it's gonna get dissolved. It's gonna be buried in the earth, and it's just gonna stay there for years. Okay. So if you don't want to face a water crisis on earth, please, por favor, let us look after our plants. Let us look after the earth, the soil, by doing what we can do every single day to preserve the soil's substance. And remember, the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. And we have to remember that we are walking on earth. So the feelings that we feel, the thoughts that we bear is all generated into the earth. The earth feels a lot of our thoughts. So we have to be mindful of how we think of life too. And because we're not connecting to the earth in an emotional way, that is also depriving the earth of substances that it needs to keep giving to us. The earth is to give to us, to feed us. So we have to give back to the earth. It's a cycle. So be mindful, man. You know, be mindful of everything that you do. Like I said, throw your peelings outside in the earth. Ground yourself, walk barefooted. Don't be afraid to walk barefoot. There are natural ions, minerals in the earth that your body needs to connect with. Drink water. Give thanks. Because if the trees are deprived, my darling, there's going to be little rain. And we don't want this. We don't want that. We don't want to have to be, you're hearing on the news then, oh my God, America has no water because the forest is drying up. Come on, don't wait until they start to bring it on the news before you start, and then you start panicking. Because when we start to panic, it gets worse. So right now, before it gets worse, you do what you do. You have to do every day to ensure that you're giving back to the space, the earth itself, the soil. And and it's not about the soil, it is about you. If you can't think of the soil, say, I'm going to give back to the soil. Think you're giving to yourself because you don't want to die of thirst and you don't want your children to die of thirst. We have to be mindfully living in this time. Yeah, but the soil, it needs us. Remember, our body is earth, We are earth itself. We are substance. So that's what I have to share with you. And I hope you learned something. Remember that if you do, subscribe to the channel, show some support. Hit the like button if you want to see more content like this. When you subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'll see you in the next message. Thank you so much. Remember, eat well, walk good. Take care. Bye. Love you.